Hello everyone, this is Smashley Ashley doing another renovation video. I'm not going to even pronounce the name of this piece of land because you can see it's a little rough. Anyway, so here's the pictures, of course. We got the front, the back, the kitchen with its gray. Look at those bland peach colors. Like, ugh. Office room. This is a 2-bedroom and I didn't get enough layout pictures. I missed the layout for the before. So these are the pictures I have, unfortunately. And I don't have, I think I'm missing like the dining. So yeah. And on to the renovation. So my biggest thing is it looks and is styled like a barn, but it's not even red. So after fiddling with the roof, I decided to straight go into the coloring because the roof I didn't really want to change much. So at first I was going to go with my standard brown or dark brick and white paneling, but then I decided, you know, it's a barn style, let's go barn style and do it red. Might be a little predictable, but it's kind of the decision. There's a lot of like weird parts to the walling and stuff. Like I don't think I'd ever build a house like this when I start my building series. It's cute, but I don't think I'd even personally live in a house that looks like a barn because I feel like that's just a way of making fun of. Oh, I noticed these. I never noticed that you can turn the roof into a skylight, and I want to use this somehow, somewhere in the future. It's just, it takes the whole roof instead of just parts of the roof. So that's a little irritating. At first I was thinking about putting a chimney just to add it, but I don't think it really needed anything. So here I am fiddling with colors, trying to find one that matches the house. Tried the older style, kind of more simplistic version. Didn't really like it. So anyway, I'm going to go to the windows. So this spot, I wanted like a big open window, but I wanted it to fit that curvature in the roof. And it was kind of hard originally to find one that did that. First I went with this because I did like it matching the style, but it was a little low and that is a whole balcony there. So I found this window and I didn't actually use any of the matching windows throughout the house. I think I used the ones that match with this door here. Because the rest of the windows that match with that one just look too curvature for the rest of the house. So I felt like with just that one roof, the way the roof was at that specific point was good for that curvature, but everywhere else I used more square windows. I was going to originally go a little bit more fancy with the windows, but as I said, I end up sticking with this whole set here. I don't even know what it's from. I got to check that because I use these windows a lot. So yeah, I'm going throughout the entire outside, editing the windows. I actually put this up to 500%. The videos I was going to do at 400%, but I felt like I worked really slowly in this video. So I actually put up the speed to 500% and I'm already like, come on. So for the doors, I end up doing a simplistic open door just like that one. This video is only going to be the outside and the downstairs because by the time I got to the upstairs, I was like, wow, I need to like cut the video here. So this video will be continued. I started with 4 windows there. Didn't really work, so just 2. I need to stop doing the windows first because I feel like I'll set the windows and it'll look all nice on the outside and then I'll actually go into the inside and the house will be completely like the windows are in weird places compared to the insides of the rooms. So I need to work on like window placement a lot better. So starting on the downstairs, I'm just going to go ahead and delete everything because it was just all ugly. Those ugly browns. And then trying to find the floor tile. Like I wanted it to be like a reddish brown. But again, like I feel like the wooden panels are just so ugly. At least most of them are. It looks kind of patchy and repetitive and it looks the same thing. Like the same like tiles, like the 2 tiles next to it. Painting the house a little bit more bright, I decided to go with a yellow instead of my typical white. And then I wanted a 3-thing archway there, but there aren't any. So I ended up doing the pillar and what is it called? It's that little like mantling that goes on the top side. It was very frustrating trying to match the color to the pillar, and you'll see me fiddle. I went from brown to white to gray to everything trying to match that that you'll see throughout the video. So big bright lights in the kitchen because you don't want your kitchen to be too dim. That's like the brightest room in your house. Another 2-door archway going into the back entry. Here I am fiddling with the coloring, trying to match it. I think because of the lights, it looks a lot brighter than it should. But I think this is like the second or third time I changed this pillar. So I have this is tedious portions. I get tedious because I want the details to be very like matching. I found that and it kind of matched with everything, but as you can see, like it's wider than the pillars, and I kind of just gave up with that and decided to start on the kitchen. So usually with kitchens, I go really dark with the look, and I don't usually use white, at least for the main coloring of the kitchen. But I think I'm going to try that more often because I end up liking how this kitchen turned out. And I end up actually doing a bar in this kitchen. I usually don't, because it just takes up space and it kind of walls off an area. But because of that big archway that you have there and the opening in the dining room, I felt like it would kind of fit. As I said earlier, like I ended up going back and changing the windows because I had windows placed in really dumb portions, and I tried changing it to a different one but it kept glitching with the countertop back part. So I was like, never mind, I'm just gonna delete the window and move it over here. I went with one of the older style stoves, and there's that bar I was talking about. Originally I was gonna put the sink on it, but you can't put the sink between two things, and that you might be able to with the move cheats, but I decided to just put it against that wall. I think in one of my next renovation videos that I'm actually still working on right now, I've already done the entire downstairs and I'm working on the upstairs. I'm going to have that sink that's on the island versus against the wall. I grew up having that at my cousin's house. They had that sink, a part of the island, and they had this whole bar thing. It looked really nice, and I liked that style, and I had never really used it in The Sims, so I wanted to use it there, but it didn't work on this one. So in one of my future builds, you'll see I have the sink part of the island and how it works, and it's kind of I'm really excited for that video to come out, because like last video, it was the bathroom, which was my favorite. I actually really like the kids' room in this build, which is going to be in the next video, not this one. And I do love the living room, which you will see with this video. Putting something in that corner so it's not so empty. I think I forgot a trash bin. No, I didn't. I did put a trash bin. I always forget the trash bin in the kitchens. Now I'm like, oh, I'm not done editing that other house. I'm going to go ahead and put in a trash bin. Because, I don't know, like, they're annoying. I don't even have a trash bin in my kitchen now. Like, my husband and I walk out to the dumpster, which is right next to our townhome complex. So it's like, I don't have a kitchen inside my house. Oh, yes, never mind. We do have a trash can in our kitchen. Oops, I lied. We don't have a trash can upstairs. That's our problem. But, yeah, as always, you know me, got to add the little bit of details in the kitchen to make it a little bit more warmly. I wanted, unlike the last kitchen where it was more modern of a look, this one's more of a home country look. So, got to put the knives in there. So, I also found that cereal box, this build. I'm pretty sure I didn't use it in the last one, and I thought that was kind of cool because it had some jars with it. I know it looks like kind of old and like gross and not like open cereal box. Who is that? Me. I do that. I leave the cereal box open as I'm looking at my cereal box. That is open. I roll up the bag. Don't worry. So, the living room, it's a lot of space for a living room. And I feel like living rooms are one of the hardest things for me to renovate or build, because you want space for the chairs and you want space for everything, but entryways and windows and how you're going to end up doing it, it just never works out properly. So I tried this circular table. It was just too big, too many chairs for my house. So I was like, no, that's too much. And then I was like, well, let's go with this one. I end up going with a bigger table than the smaller one, and I end up having to like perfectly place it so it matched that, and then finding the coloring on what I wanted to do, because the walls, as you see, I made pink, and so I wanted the walls to kind of tie into the thing, because the yellow on the chairs and the table match with the pillar and the trailing that I did on the top to make that archway look, and so I needed to tie in the pink walls to it all. And I end up doing that. And then putting more yellow in the carpet that kind of put some blue tones into the room so it's not completely girly. Obviously this is decorated by like a kind of a girly mother. Like it's obviously a family home, but decoration was completely left up to the woman with the pinks and the yellows and the very pastel colors. I feel like if it were left up to myself or like my husband, it would be more dark tones, more modern look. I mean, my couches are black. Like anything that's chosen for my house is that black furniture, that black, nice dark colors in my house, because I feel like that's what complements the light walls. And plus, it's less likely to get stained or dirty. I got cats. Those things are a mess. So, putting something against this wall that matched with the rest of the room because I felt like it was empty. Just messing with different pictures. This is before I learned the resize cheat. Yeah, I know in the last video I was asking people, hey, if you know, comment. Nobody commented. Don't worry. I learned. But it's not for this video. And that I think matches the dining room chairs set and all that kind of stuff. Putting some more decorations on this table. I saw these two and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have them facing something. And then put a little plant in between them, which I end up doing. And it ended up working so perfectly. All right, so figuring out what I wanted to do with the bathroom, figuring out what I wanted to do with the walkway, figuring out how I wanted to use the space and all this whole weird shaped area. If you notice, you got that box where there's a walkway, box where there's a bathroom, and then you got this big staircase. And so did I really actually move the staircase? Oh no, I didn't. I recolored it. I was like, I don't remember moving the staircase. I think I did extend it so that the door was centered. I didn't like how things aren't like line up and it's not centered. So you'll see that in a little bit. Putting a rug in this space, I felt like I had this long thin rug and I've always wanted to use these pieces. And I thought that was kind of cool. I like that Sims is implementing like ways you can make your own rug kind of idea. And so here's where I edited that staircase, extending it to be a 2 square space instead of just a 1, and so it's centered on the door. So the living room I'm actually really proud of because I got creative with how I did the TV stand bookcase thing, you'll see. And it is usable. I made sure that my Sims can use everything. Using the move objects cheat. I've seen people do this before and I kind of wanted to do my own version of it. And so this is how I kind of came up. Finding the perfect baseboard was kind of hard, and I ended up using, guess what? You know it, matches the bathroom or the dining room set. And then using some shelves to connect it on the top because I thought it needed that bottom and top connection. I tested a few other things other than that end table thing, and I just stuck with it. And if you notice, it's like not all the way to the back, and I think I moved that a little bit. I'm still kicking myself in the butt that I did not have. I might have had the resize for this, but I definitely didn't have the how to move something up and down using move cheats, so it didn't have to exactly match, which is all 9 or 0. So that's a good thing to know now, especially if I try and do this kind of TV stand entertainment set again, and I'm definitely probably going to use it again. Here, this is where oh no, I remember I learned it at that moment how to do it. I accidentally clicked on the wrong button, and I was like, oh my god, I finally figured it out. This is going to be a game changer. Oh yeah. So here I am again testing a few things that could go in that spot instead of that one. Oh, I, again, didn't know the move up, so I was trying to find a thing that was on the same exact height as that end table. Just adding details, of course, as usual. I wanted pictures, lots of like, family pictures. I feel would go to that little top. You see family pictures and some heirlooms. But I found like the apple picture and the pear picture, and I'm like, I guess they'll go up there too. Because I needed stuff to fill that space. Some books. Oh, yep, more books down there. I need stuff that fits in the shelves, and I really hope that they put more stuff that does fit on the shelves and stuff. And just decorations. Here's one family picture that I could find, and just trying to figure out what else could go up there. I even tried to see if you resize it, if it would go up, but it doesn't. So I'm probably gonna go back and add more stuff there. If I ever do a renovation of a renovation, no. If I ever do another renovation video, where I use this kind of thing, I'm definitely going to use the move up and move down with the move cheats, which again is alt. You have the move cheats on, and then holding down alt, you use 9 to go up and 0 to go down. So that's how you can do it. Figure it out, yeah. And then the bracket key is the size up and size down. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Or I might have had that completely reversed. I found that couch that goes in the corner, and I want to use it. And I didn't use it in the most recent recording that I've done. Didn't use it here. But one of these days, I'm going to have one of those corner couches, and it's going to be nice. It'll be in like a girl's room or something like that. So again, just trying to decorate the space. And I had that big open space behind the couch that I wanted to use. I didn't necessarily know how. Putting some speakers for the thing. I ended up not using those, yeah. An end table. Just detail work. I love details. I love making sure things match. I would completely organize like the Sims stuff in a different way. And I mean, I heard from a few videos with the island living update, there will be some new ways to sort through decorations, which I'm hoping will be pretty good, because I said in the last video, like I wish it was better on when you clicked on the decoration thing in the room, it was only things that really belong in the kitchen or only things that belong in the living room, which obviously there's some things that can go in any of them, but yeah, put them in any of them. But like I don't need toilet paper in the kitchen, so if I click on the kitchen decorations thing, I shouldn't see toilet paper. I don't know, maybe you do keep toilet paper in the kitchen. I don't know why you would, unless you have like a really small house. Not making fun of anybody, because I don't have a big house at all myself. I might do a build of my complex one of these days. I know in the past I tried to do a build of my townhome complex before, and it just didn't work out right. Like my specific townhome wouldn't be hard to do, because it's just it's kind of like a duplex, but doing the whole lot didn't really work out really well when I tried to build it in The Sims. I wanted to make it like an apartment. I think I tried to do it in Sims 3 apartment living, because they do actually have apartments. So I was actually kind of like fiddling around with the half walls and stuff like this and figuring out exactly what I wanted to do in this space. And at first I was just going to do like kind of that, where it's just one archway, but it ended up being you got the 2 archways, and then you have the 2 sides having half walls. And I end up being really proud of how that turned out, just because it I don't know, it flows with the rest of the living room, makes the living room more of its own thing versus part of the hall area. But it also has that open feel that like if you're in the hall area walking by, you can still see what's going on in the living room. Putting carpet in there, because now that it's arched, the archway kind of separates it, it can do that. Recoloring the carpet. This space was kind of weird to use, because I didn't want that blank wall, but I didn't want to put too much in there. So I put that corner thing, moved that to that side. Trying to find the coat racks, but yeah, just kind of fiddling around with decorations this whole, like that's what takes me the longest with my builds and stuff, is finding the decorations that best use the space. And finding I have a picture in my mind what I want, but trying to closely replicate that with the objects that you have in The Sims, like it's kind of rough. So here's me going back and relighting everything, because I didn't want the living room to be perfectly bright. As always, I use, see, I got the more mood lighting in there. And then I will put a chair and I think a light there, or just the chair, but making sure they match. I know earlier I was editing things and I didn't make sure they were on the same height. I do love that look, that quick shot you just got where I'm sitting there editing the things that looking directly on the TV set. I was kind of proud, like how it turned out. And then of course more mood lighting for the hallway. I think I ended up putting, I think, the tea lights. They're like mason jars that decorate. And then here's I realized, oh wow, the bathroom's not even its own thing. This was a lot of just frustration on that little space there and how I wanted to do that. But I ended up making the office having its own archway in versus its own door, and then having the bathroom of course have a door. So the bathroom's just a single toilet and sink versus having a shower and bathtub in it. It's a downstairs bathroom, there's no downstairs bedroom, so I can't see there being a reason to have the tub in the downstairs bathroom. So just kind of giving it that light blue lighting. And did I use that flooring? That flooring's a carpet. Oh my god, that flooring is not tile. If that's a flooring I knew was tile, it'd be cool, but that flooring's carpet. It doesn't look like it, but it is. So there's that. Putting some decorations on the sink. I know I said like I don't see there being a bathtub, but I do not understand why I put toothbrushes if there's there's no downstairs bathroom. Why are you brushing your teeth in the downstairs bathroom? Why aren't you using the main bathroom upstairs? Whatever. My decorations are weird. And carpet in the bathroom apparently. I did watch this video once before I went to record, but there's some things you notice as you're recording that you didn't notice before, and it's like, wow, I put carpet in the bathroom. That's cool. It's fine. Everything is beautiful. So this office I wanted to make a little bit more of an actual like office, more professional than it having a table, a chair, and we call them push pin boards. People have like tacks or whatever they call them. We call them push pins, and then you put push pins in the push pin board. So that's what we called them. Yeah. Taking the big thing and making it smaller. You gotta have bookcases in the office. Like, where else are you gonna have all your law books and professional stuff? Put a big picture on the wall to fill up that large wall of space. Gotta put some stuff on the desk to make it look like you're busy. Books. I couldn't find the name tag. Put a filing thing over there in the corner. I don't know. I just wanted to make it look like an active office, not somebody just, oh, yeah, I have a few things here, blah, blah. And then, of course, I go and see something, and I was like, oh, this needs to go in the living room. Okay, back to the office. Again, I probably said this like 3 times throughout the video already, but a lot of it is just editing and just trying to find the things that match with everything. So I think I'm lighting the office, and then I'll be finishing it up, the downstairs, after a few little more details here. And again, as I said, this first video is only for the downstairs, but I will have another video released soon of the upstairs, and then I already have recordings for at least one other renovation. So I actually am probably going to be working on this soon and releasing it as soon as possible. I just didn't want a really long video working on this house. So here I'm taking some post pictures and the layout. Oh, I love how that living room turned out. I'm really excited. But yeah, I'm kind of zooming in, taking good pictures. You'll see the after pictures at the end of the next video. Obviously, I really like the light colors, but of course, the complement of the very dark office that I have. Anyway, the rest of the video I will continue later, and thank you for watching. This is a Smashly Ashley renovation video, and hopefully you'll continue watching this series. Like and subscribe.